here. What is up, Cabbage Crew? It is Matt and John here, episode 12 of the Cabbage Crew podcast. We have a new studio for today's episodes and maybe next week's episodes.
Potentially.
Two to Ramble podcast allowed us to use their studio, so definitely check them out as well on YouTube. Two to Ramble, that is the number 2 and then 2 Ramble. So definitely check them out. They were very nice to let us do whatever we do here and talk.
Shout out to Richard.
Yeah, shout out to Richard. Shout out to Austin. Today's his birthday.
It is Austin's birthday, but Richie's more important.
I don't think Austin knows we're here.
Austin would not allow us to be here right now, but here we are.
Here we are. Story time.
But whoa! First of all, we're actually in person for the first
time. It's probably the last time. No, probably next time we're going to be in person is
the AnimeCon.
Yeah,
in Rhode Island.
Can't wait.
We'll be there.
So
if you're going to be there, hit us up.
We'll hand out T-shirts or something.
Yeah, we'll be the merch. We'll be the cabbage.
We'll be the merchants handing out our T-shirts. Probably get arrested for
loitering.
All right. You always start with the story time, and I know you came here all the way from Pittsburgh.
Yes.
So a little story. Anything in mind?
Well, we just came back from football.
We did.
And I think I got a little bit of sunburn.
You did.
And I didn't put sunscreen on at all.
Still a little pasty.
Yes, I am. Little side tangent. One of my nicknames in high school was Pound Cake because I'm pasty, I'm white, and I'm unappealing. And I'm like, well, pound cake's delicious. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So I don't know. But we did our last.
And you're cheap. You're better in bulk.
I'm not Costco. But Matt and I dueled out in our QB.
Yeah.
QB duel.
You did.
Was it game 3?
It was the last game of game 3, so we're about 2 hours into playing football.
Yep. You want to say who won?
Yeah, you won. It was a good game. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Our great friend Chris Fenn dropped the touchdown pass
to
win the game. But I threw it a little bit too left, so it's on me at the end of the day. Good job, my friend.
You too.
Yeah, you gotta win eventually,
The dub.
I have not been throwing the ball up. My arms I'm washed. I'm old.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you're old.
I was throwing some ducks today.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing golf. And I heard it. I think I really do.
Were you actually playing golf?
Yeah, Friday I hit a 44 in 9 holes. And I was in a sand trap, second to last hole. On the phone with Andy as it happened.
Oh. I did not know you golfed.
And then I tried to hit it out of the sand trap, and it worked. It was a nice little hit out of the sand trap on the green. Cool. Awesome. I was right next to the green. But I think I fucked my shoulder up. Well, I was like, oh, fuck. But yeah, anyway. So today's episode is a hot topic here at the Austin household.
At the Two to Ramble household.
At the Two to Ramble household. And it's been a hot topic for, we went viral. 8,000 shorts were watched.
We have the lighting. We had the background of books now.
Yep. I've never read any of these books, so God.
Go out and buy them. We got Red Rising. Of course, if you somehow follow their podcast too, that is one of Austin's favorite books of all time.
We should have brought some books.
Some Avatar.
The blanket.
Well, I can't find the blanket because they won't tell me where the blanket is.
Yeah. Well, today's topic is going to be who would win in a fight, Avatar Aang versus Avatar Korra. I do think there should be some asterisks next to it, as well as we may talk about other controversial verses if we have some time after. If not, we'll wait to another podcast. So I personally think when you're talking about avatars and who would win in a fight, you have to take away the Avatar state, personally, because the whole point of the Avatar state is you have the abilities of all past avatars. So it kind of make them essentially almost even, if not even. It hurts my case, to be honest, because Aang uses the Avatar state in battle with control one time. Where Korra can do it all the time, for the most part, after season 1. So, are you okay with that if we're going into our argument?
No.
Okay.
But sure,
No, if you're not okay with it, I'm fine. I'm the away team.
I'm the away team.
You are
So
the
am
away
I.
team.
What are you talking about? I'm the away team.
Yeah, you're the away team. We'll talk about Avatar. I don't know how it would help you, but we'll talk about the Avatar state.
Yeah.
I mean, he died in one of the times. So,
But he also.
but we'll talk about that. All right. So I want to hear your point of view of who would win, Aang or Korra. Maybe we'll agree.
Yeah, we might agree, but I highly doubt it.
Go ahead.
I don't.
Why
know.
would it be Aang?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Of course, I know. Aang would beat Korra. I think because of their methodology. I think Korra, obviously early on, like arrogant. She doesn't really know her weaknesses. She's just all about strength. Where Aang is very dutiful, and I don't know if that's a word.
I don't know, that's a word, bro.
But like he's very studious and
he?
Yeah, he started like he was like matching Zuko's every move in season 1. Like Zuko couldn't hit him with like anything, and so based off of that, I would give the edge to Aang, and he would like move every
he would avoid.
Yeah, like he would like use Korra's moves against her essentially.
Okay.
By just not getting hit or beat up all that much.
Okay.
Like Aang's more on defense mostly. In that type of fight, I would say. So based off of that, that's why I would give the edge to Aang.
Okay. I would give there's some controversy here because we debated in the car too, but I would give it to Korra. I think Korra is, when it comes to a prodigy, she's better. Being able to bend. I mean, he's a better airbender prodigy, but she was able to bend 3 of the 4 elements before she was 6, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
I think she has a better understand of all the elements, where Aang leans a lot more towards air. I'm sure he only used firebending maybe 5 times in the entire show. One of them burning a friend.
Well, sure. Wife, actually.
Yeah, wife. Well, you know.
Eventual wife.
Toph even multiple times talked about how he was not a great earthbender, and we never really saw him use earthbending as good as other earthbenders. Like, I don't think you can't not make the argument he was only a master at one bending style.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Where I think Korra was a master.
Well, in the beginning, if we're talking about the show, I'm
talking about the end. By the end, he's not a master of anything still besides air. You
mean when he's in like 35? When he's
no, by the end of the show.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you mean by the show? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not going to the finale of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't think he's a master of anything. I would say he's
besides air. Yeah.
If a master is 100% and not knowing anything is 0, and the minute you learn it, you're at 50%.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably 100 at air. He's probably 85 to 90 at water. Mm-hmm. Earth, he's probably 70 to 75. And I'll give him a little bit of edge for fire. I'll say he's around that 72 because he does learn how to redirect,
mm-hmm.
which is important. But I don't think he's very good at firebending yet.
No. Yeah.
So he's like half baked.
He's a baked lay.
Yeah.
It's a baked lay.
Where Korra, I feel like, has mastered all the elements besides air. And she masters the fire. Well, she masters the Avatar state a little earlier in the show, but not in life.
Sure. No, right.
So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it just comes to her easier. Her fighting and her techniques are better. And her ability to learn the bending styles and like how much time she took to master the element. I mean, she was training for 10 years. Aang was training for 6 months, give or take. I mean, a little bit more
9 months-ish, probably.
Well, he was shot by lightning and out for like a month. And, so like playing around with fucking giant koi fish sometimes. And, so yeah, that's why I put Korra. Now, would you want to say something before we go to this little this little list here.
I mean, you said your piece, I said mine.
Okay. So there's something we found online. Shout out to Justin, our friend Justin.
He's a fan of the show.
Fan of the show.
Both Korra and
not a subscriber, so it doesn't matter.
both Korra and the original cartoon. But obviously he's like the original, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like that's like one of his favorite shows of all time. So
yeah. Who got him into that?
I did.
Hasn't subscribed yet.
He's watched a few episodes.
Oh, okay, we'll give him that. He hasn't just pressed the.
He's one of the viewers that.
He's one of. He watched it. He hasn't pressed subscribe yet. Nope. So we found this online, and he is still watching the show again to confirm if this is correct. But online, it says that Aang, his record against. Basically, the record count is if you win in a fight or if you accomplish your goal for that situation. It's 37-5, which I feel like is not right.
It's probably a little bit worse than that. I would say a little bit worse. I don't know what the number would be, but yeah. I would say a little bit worse.
37-5 does not feel right. And then Korra, he said, I don't know. He said 13, 15, and 6. I don't know what the 6 means.
Bailout.
So Aang has 0 bailouts. That's incorrect.
Well, he probably didn't finish it. Well, or maybe it was a tie or like a.
I don't know. Well, we'll take away the 6. I don't believe in bailouts. You either win or you don't. You did that.
I think you can do bailouts.
All right. Well,
because there's Avatar State. That's a bailout. In your book,
is it?
In your book, it would be.
Okay, so Aang didn't beat the Fire Lord.
Okay, we didn't beat the Fire Lord then. Right. Game over.
All right. Well, okay. So we're gonna count Avatar State as a bailout. So
that's like every Avatar. I mean,
no, you're the one that said it. I don't agree. I think if you're in the Avatar State, you're in the Avatar State, and that's still a win or a loss. It's not Aang's. It's not Korra's fault that Aang didn't learn until the last episode.
Well, then I would say that he did beat the Fire Lord.
Okay, I agree with you. Okay, we have to be on the same. So anyway, I don't think Korra's record 13-15 is not 13 wins, 15 loss. Is just not correct.
I think it's more correct than Aang's.
I think they're both incorrect by a lot.
They're both incorrect. Well,
incorrect.
One's more incorrect than the other.
Yeah, because Korra, I can see the 15 losses maybe, but realistic. I mean, the amount of times Korra wins. I know Aang's journey is a little bit more episodic in the sense that they have a mission of the day. So there's a lot of wins because they always have to win by the end of the episode for the majority of it, at least in season 1.
Right.
Where Korra's every episode is just one big story leading into the next. So it's like, I can see definitely that Aang has more wins. The losses is incorrect. 5 is just not that. That's probably 15.
15 losses?
Yeah. Aang, name one character besides Zhao or Zuko. Because both of those characters, early Zuko, and Zhao was more of a. I mean, Zuko beat Zhao. Like everyone beat Zhao. Seriously. Yeah. Name one time Aang won a really good.
I got one.
Go ahead.
The Avatar Day episode when the rough rhinos invaded the town. Come on.
All right, he won the rough rhinos. That's not that with an assistance. Sokka Katara helped him.
Not like a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he never won against Longfang. He never won against. I mean, he always lost to Azula,
except the drill.
All right, he achieved his goal against Azula, and okay, I'll give you that. We debated about this earlier. The Toph fight.
We did.
So,
well, you and Justin more so, but yeah. I agree with Justin on this one.
So the debate about Aang versus Toph is that Toph defeated Aang, but does that really count as a win? Because it was an earthbending fight, and Aang used airbending. So if you're like, they had a fight and Aang won, I don't agree. I think it was a.
Even if he didn't know it was just an earthbending fight.
Yes, he did.
I don't know.
Yes, he did.
I'm pretty sure he didn't know.
Well, she didn't know he had airbending.
That's true.
And she knew it was an earthbending fight.
She did, but she didn't.
See, I would say if Katara went there and they went against each other and Katara went against her and all of a sudden started using waterbending, they would be like, this girl's cheating.
Right.
So Aang cheated.
Not knowingly or willingly.
Okay. All right, so Aang, we'll get all that out of the way. Aang versus Korra.
Mhm.
Why? So why would Aang win? You think Aang would win specifically
Because of defense.
because he's just good at defense?
Yes.
And she would get like hot headed and
Yes.
lose it.
Easy.
I disagree.
And especially if she saw Aang, especially if this was season 4 Korra. If she saw Aang, she'd just be like, in and out of the avatar, say, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, no, but it wouldn't be. It would be them at their peak.
Okay,
like, you're gonna get my character. If I can't have my character if it's post traumatic stress disorder and she's not the same, but then you get your character at the peak, right?
What if that was Korra's peak though?
It wasn't Korra's peak.
I know. I haven't gotten there yet.
When was Korra's peak?
I thought season 3.
2? Well, yeah. Season 3, she doesn't have the connection of the avatars, but she's still just as strong in the avatar state,
right?
Because she still gets the. I think how they said it was that you lose the connection of the avatars, as in you can't communicate with the avatars, but you can still use the avatar state and get all their powers.
Mhm.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Korra would.
Which makes no sense. This is why it needs retconned, right, Matt?
That's why it needs retconned. No, but Korra would definitely body. 100%. She would destroy him.
Aang?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes, and she has metal bending. It's season 3. Season 3 Korra.
Aang would take her damn bending away.
I don't think she would fall. I don't think he would beat her in time. By the way, Aang taught her how to take away bending, so she also had that ability because she was able to give
at the peak.
back.
Yeah.
Yes, at the end of season 1. Aang couldn't learn it until season 3. Gosh,
blame the lion turtle.
I know
he didn't show up sooner.
Korra. So look, Katara, not Katara. Korra. I don't know why I said Katara. Korra, Legend of Katara. Love that show. Korra knew water, did earth, metal, fire, air. Aang did not know metal.
Doesn't matter. Like if you're, I'm assuming that the fight would be.
Don't assume, John.
I've learned the hard way. But I would be I'm assuming that it would be like an outside fight. That's what I'm thinking. Not like an indoor arena.
Yeah, we know that, yes.
Well, then what does metal have to do with anything?
She can't bring like metal with her? Like Toph had the little necklace, had the little bracelet?
But that means nothing. All right. Like I don't think like Kuvira could do that, and like if Korra, if she like planned out her battle with him.
You're just saying that they like saw each other in the street. Well, I'm not necessarily even saying like who would win in a fight because that's just whoever writes it.
Right.
I guess my thing would be who is better, who is stronger, who is. Because realistically,
does Korra have more skills? I'll agree with you.
Oh, perfect. Thanks.
Skills.
Okay, then what does Aang
in
have?
A fight? I think Aang wins though.
See, I don't think Aang ever won a fight. That was important.
The Rough Rhinos.
Yeah, but that was
Avatar Day got changed.
I'm talking about a legit threat. And obviously, that's how the
Northern Water Tribe invasion, not just Zhao, the invasion. Just use the blue, or not the blue spirit, but the
that was the moon spirit using his body as that was the moon spirit.
I mean, yeah, but like
use the avatar state as like a host almost.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't.
It's an avatar state thing.
It's an avatar state thing.
It is.
Aang beats some swamp benders. Actually, he barely beats the swamp benders.
Does he even beat the swamp benders?
Exactly.
It's more like
it's a draw.
It's a draw.
Or kin. I don't know.
Because that means we're kin.
Yeah, right. So,
right.
Well, do you want to talk about? I don't know where the time is. 19 minutes.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. 19 minutes.
He beats Wan Shitong in the library. He slaps his face and he goes overboard.
Yeah, he does. Wow, that's so weird because like they portrayed spirits differently in Korra. I hated it. I hated how they portrayed it.
I like the fluffy bunny in Korra. The little fluffy bunny.
Well, it's just like and then they show the old spirits from Avatar. So it's like she goes into the Avatar state, and there's these like very colorful like bunnies that can fly and like flowers with faces, and then it's just like a dark owl. And it's like, well, that's because Heibai.
Right.
Oh, it'd be cool to see Heibai and Korra.
Or Heibai and Aang beats Heibai. All he does is pull the emotional card, and he goes away.
Aang would be getting his butt kicked against Korra and be like, and like pull out the emotional card. She'd be like, "You're right. We should stop fighting."
She'll be like, "You can't talk to me anymore for advice. I ain't giving you advice anymore."
All right. Well, yeah. Another thing that they really messed up on is Korra never communicating to Aang straight up about a problem.
Yeah.
Missed opportunities. Avatar. All right. So that is that. So Korra won, right?
You know what? You guys vote.
You
comment on who would win the fight, Aang or Korra, or do you think it would be a draw? You can even have that opinion. You can have any opinion you want.
Or is it whoever writes the story? Let's be real. That's probably.
We both agree Korra has more skill.
Yes.
In terms of metal bending, Aang never learned it. I'm assuming she knows. I forget if she knows lava bending. No. Okay. Neither does Aang. But
what does Aang have a one up on her besides the ability to move around?
I'd say air. Like overall.
Okay, he's just a better airbender than her.
Just because he was born. I mean, yeah, because he was born. Just like Korra's probably a little bit better with waterbending than Aang.
Okay, but that's the only thing he has a one up on, and the ability to move.
Yeah, but I'd say the ability to move and agility is super important.
Yeah,
against a hothead. I mean, Zuko was prime example of that.
Yeah,
because he was super hot headed and he, like.
Do that one more time for me.
And but like he would just like get so frustrated with like not hitting Aang because Aang was just like following his every move. I don't.
What a studio, man! Let's not break things. Okay, interesting. Now, another topic we'll talk about because we have a little bit of time.
No, that's the next episode.
No, it's not next. So we have 22 minutes of this thing.
That's an episode itself.
Next, we're going to be talking about this is White Lotus versus Red Lotus. So that would be, I'm going to butcher all your names, to be honest. You probably know their names more than me.
Yeah. I don't, a little bit.
So the White Lotus, you have Iroh. Mm-hmm. You have Grand Paku.
They're going to say Grand. And I was like, please, no.
Can we call you Paku?
Grand Paku. No.
So yeah, you have Paku. You have Iroh, Paku, Zhang, Swordmaster, Boomy, and the Swordmaster. Always forget
Master Piandao.
Piandao. Those five. So it's a 5-on-4 matchup. 4 being Zahir.
It's Minghua. Who's the guy with the? I can't remember his name.
Such great character.
The lava bender.
The lava bender and Pai. It's like Pai Chi or something.
We should have studied. This is why we
just played football.
We were
the combustion bender. The chick that's the combustion bender.
Oh, yeah. All Pai Chi.
That's what I just
said. Pai Show.
I kind of said that. I was like, oh, it's kind of racist. I was like Pai Chi, and I was like,
no, it's like
that's a little too much on the name. Yeah. I'm gonna look up her name. Keep talking. Wait. Red Lotus. Their internet is slow. Zahir? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Zahir.
This is our first podcast jitters, everyone.
Yeah, this is our first podcast live. Zahir.
Minghua.
Gazan. Minghua. Pai Li.
Just
we said Pai Chi.
Close. We were close.
And then hypothetically, would Unalaq be part of that? Because he was. We won't.
More like in football, like a QB spy. He was like a QB spy.
Sure. We won't include him because he wasn't in the Red Lotus during the phases.
I would have not counted him, but he would have been like a spy.
Okay. I'm interested to say what you say on this.
I
would say the Red Lotus.
I would low key say the Red Lotus.
Yeah.
Just mostly because of Ming-Hua is super powerful.
The one with no arms?
Yeah.
You know she was super powerful?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was badass.
Okay.
And Zahir. Like those two. I thought Dazan was like, eh. And then Pai Li.
Combustion Bender.
Was I put her third. I put Ming-Hua. I put Zahir first.
Yeah.
And then Ming-Hua, then Pai Li, then Dazan.
See, Pai Li's presents a problem because no matter what, you're always on alert. You know? So like even if like you can get away from the fight, and I guess they didn't say, but can combustion benders just bend too? Like fire bend?
That's something to ask the creators. I don't think so. Yeah, I have no idea.
I've never seen either of them bend fire. So I don't think so. I think they can just combustion bend.
Right.
It's interesting. Yeah, I think Red Lotus takes it because Red Lotus, they all have the ability to do. They all have more abilities to them,
and they're older. To be fair,
the White Lotus is older.
And I mean, I'm just trying to be like, if you're comparing the two,
well, like just compare one by one real quick. So we'll take the Sword Master out of it and just kind of give. He's in it, but we'll give them the leg up because they had the Sword Master. But let's go bending by bending. So you have Iroh versus Pai Li.
That's just a tough call. I
would say Iroh because I think it's safe to assume Iroh is good enough to do something with if the combustion was coming at him, use firebending to protect himself or something.
I think Pai Li would be in it from a distance.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be that close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So wouldn't you do the edge of the Pai Li then?
No, because I think Iroh has the ability. I would think Iroh would be good enough to be able to block it. Like if he's coming at him and it blows up, I think he would be able to use firebending to shield himself, just like how we saw like Zuko shield himself from firebending when there was an explosion. So I think he would be able to do that, and then once he gets close enough, easily beat her in combat.
I would agree with closer to combat, the more likely Iroh wins. I think from a distance, it's tough. I don't know.
Tough.
It's tough.
Okay. Well, we'll say that's very close to a
draw. I know you just drove, so that's what maybe you were trying to say.
So now we have what's the Earthbender's name again?
Gazan.
Gazan would defeat Boomy.
Oh, I don't agree.
Really?
Yeah.
We never saw Boomy do anything good besides he took his city back.
He's a badass earthbender.
Yeah, but he took his city back when people couldn't bend.
Right, and then he took over Ba Sing Se, put up blockades, and then like shoved rocks in the machinery.
The lava guy took down Ba Sing Se easily. Could if he wanted to, and did. Took down the walls at least. I don't know. I go with the guy that can bend lava. Guan with
Gazan.
I go with Gazan all day on that.
I'd go Boomy.
Oof.
I would.
Ming-Hua
and Piandao or
Paku. He would win.
I agree.
I mean, he barely beat Katara.
Yeah.
I mean, like
kind of. He won, but
he went easy on her. But I feel like because they introduced him very early in the show, that they didn't make him as powerful as a master really could be.
Right.
He was probably the weakest of the 5 masters.
I disagree. Masters. I mean, do you think Piandao's better?
He's the weakest
of the benders.
Of the White Lotus, he would be the weakest.
Of the benders.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would probably agree with that.
So okay, and then Zahir would go against Zhang Zhang. Zahir would win that easily.
Why would Zahir do it? Was he a firebender?
No, but he's the last one. Because they had 2 firebenders.
Got it. Zahir and Zhang Zhang?
Yeah.
He has a her kick ass.
So I have the only one that I have losing would be Pai Li because of Iroh being able to block her moves.
And with me, like I'm iffy with that one.
Every one of them.
What?
It seemed like you were iffy with every one of them.
No, I agree. I think Boomy would win against Dazan.
Right.
I think, and I agree with you as a here.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then Minghua beating Paku. It was just I think Boomy would beat Dazan. And I think I'm iffy with Pai Li and Iroh. And I think it depends on how close of combat it would be.
And then the other two would win.
Yeah.
On the Red Lotus. So you're saying Red Lotus as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Loki, but yeah.
Okay. So it could. Okay. Could Aang beat the White Lotus? You think by himself?
By himself?
Yeah.
No.
Looks like Korra's better then.
Janora helped.
Janora did help. Tenzin helped too.
Everybody helped.
Everyone
Korra
helped.
Because she needs bailed out all the time.
No, that's the definition of Aang in the first season and second season. They did bail out a lot. They're like,
they're always together.
They're always running too.
Yeah,
Aang's team is always running because they're getting chased
the
entire time. I just know that if Korra went against Azula, she would win.
Korra would win?
Yeah. Korra would defeat Azula pretty quickly, in my opinion. Stronger.
Korra doesn't know lightning.
It doesn't matter.
It matters. She's a waterbender. Just one little strike and hiya.
No. Aang could never beat Azula.
That's just false.
And the drill didn't.
It didn't count. It counts.
He didn't beat her.
Yeah, it does.
He didn't beat her.
Yep.
Anyway, it was a draw. 100% draw. Think about it.
Aang was on the comeback.
Aang. Azula was holding him against the wall with fire.
Yeah.
And then the mud blew.
No. He shoves her because he gets the arm, and he shoves her like 500 feet. And then the sludge comes when she's coming towards him. And then he's just standing still like a rock. And then like a rock.
It's tall for
He should have liked that. Yeah. But then the sludge helped.
He's watching from afar.
Right. So
yeah. Okay. You're right about that. Okay. Well, interesting. That was a interesting exercise we did.
But wait.
What?
Aang does get another win. He defeats the drill. He defeats the drill.
He does defeat the drill.
Yeah, that's a win. He defeats the
machine. I mean, I count that as a win.
You actually count that as a win? I was half joking.
I do count it as a win because that is like objective of the day.
Yeah.
I count it as a win. I don't count the Azula as a win. I count that as more of a convenience of like it's like if you're fighting someone, you're getting your butt kicked, and then a flood comes through,
right?
And you both have to just get out of there. It's like I didn't win. Like you could make an argument he didn't win either, but
But let's just say Katara, Sokka, and Toph beat Ty Lee and May. That doesn't matter for this episode, but they won.
They did. All right. Well,
not Red Lotus versus White Lotus. Like, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite of the White Lotus and Red Lotus?
Favorite or most powerful?
Give me both if it's different.
I mean, that's Iroh.
Of the White Lotus?
Yeah.
Red Lotus.
It's Zahir.
Okay.
Now, who would win? Zahir versus Iroh, leaders of each Lotus.
That's for another podcast.
No, I think Zahir
can fly. I mean,
I think Zahir wins mainly because Iroh. I feel like Iroh. Maybe I'm wrong by saying this, but he's like the slower, wise one.
Sure,
but he's not like in You know what I mean? Like I just don't see him as like being this like. Because again, it goes back to the same question of who did he really fight and defeat?
Who, Iroh?
Yeah.
The dragons.
No, he didn't. They deemed him worthy. But seriously, in the show, who did he actually fight and defeat? Like he had that.
Technically, the dragons. I think he technically defeated them, and then he deemed them worthy. Unless you think there was a tie, and then they deemed
No,
them
I don't
worthy.
think they fought him.
I think they fought him.
I think.
I think that.
Well, okay, so he didn't defeat the dragons.
I think he did.
Because if he didn't defeat the dragons, they would have been dead.
No, not necessarily.
They were like, "Oh man, you're really good. We're gonna deem you worthy now."
Yeah.
No, I don't think he. All right, on screen, because these are just theories now. You're just throwing theories. You're throwing theories at me.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, you're throwing theories at me. I want to know. Iroh versus Zahir. Who wins, and why?
One thing to consider.
Uh-oh.
This is not who I'm not deciding this is, but Iroh can shoot lightning out of the sky, like to here in the sky. To be fair, like to be fair, like that's all I'm trying to say. Like that, in order to think about it more.
The thing about airbenders is like, how do you defeat somebody if you're an airbender? Airbending chop them, like we've seen that a couple times. Where like that's how he beat Korra when he like hit her, like almost like hit her with wind, and she like hit the ground. Because I'm like, how does Iroh even lose to Zahir? Yeah,
he can shoot lightning. And what I'm saying is, like, if Zahir like were flying and trying to outmaneuver Iroh can just shoot him, not just shoot him down with lightning. Because I'm not saying say that's easy, but I mean, it's a tactic.
Yeah, you might have convinced me with that.
That's all I'm saying. I'm surprised.
I'm surprised. I don't win. I don't get one over often. All right, Cabbage Crew.
Cabbage Crew, thank you for tuning in.
Let us know below. Red Lotus versus White Lotus, Aang versus Korra. Who wins in those fights?
Yes, and thanks for tuning in to our new studio. You might see this next week. You might not.
You might not.
But please subscribe if you're new. We'd love to have you part of the Cabbage Patch.
And for all 60 of you, subscribe to Tutor Ramble. Thank you again for them to use our podcast. And
using their podcast studio.
Podcast studio.
Yes.
We're gonna do another episode. See you guys.